Hey everyone, I've been going through the release notes for Winter 24. And specifically, I've been looking at the new features of Financial Services Cloud. And one thing that caught my eye was the new introduction of financial goal as a core object rather than the existing financial goal that was included in the FSC managed package. And for new FSC customers, this is great because they're able to take advantage of this type of functionality, financial goal, without having to go through the step of installing the managed package so they can get value sooner. Now, if it's a customer that already has the FSC managed package installed, they already have a financial goal object from that managed package. So now with this new feature, they'll have two financial goal data models included in their org, which I thought would lead to some confusion. So I thought I'd create a video here to create some clarity around that. So to see what this looks like, I'm looking at a FSC trial org that I just installed last week. It has Winter 24 installed, and it has some sample data in there as well, so we can start looking at it. But I want to start by looking at the actual objects that are in the system. And again, this is an org that has FSC managed package installed. So when I look at the object manager and I search for goal, I see two data models for financial goal. The original financial goal from the managed package indicated by that FinServ namespace. Now I see a new financial goal object that is a standard object, and I also see this financial goal party. Now, before I go into the new data model, I want to look at the managed package data model and some of the fields that are associated there. And when looking at financial goal, I can see some of the standard fields like target value and actual value and the name and start dates and target dates and statuses. But also notice that I have some lookups. I have a lookup to the person account for the primary owner. So again, I was looking at a sample record of Rachel Adams. Rachel Adams can be the primary owner of this financial goal. I also have a lookup to household, and the way that FSC works in a lot of different objects is if I designate a primary owner for a financial goal, FSC will find that owner's household and link it there as well. So now if I'm looking at the standard data model and I see financial goal, when I look at the field there, I see the same types of fields, the target amount, the actual amount, and date and types, but you'll notice that I don't have any lookups to the account. I can't take this record and actually link it directly to the person account or the household. And that's the job of that financial goal party so that I can have multiple parties that are associated with this goal. And also know that I'm not going to be linking any of these financial goals directly to a household like we did with the old data model. And we'll talk a little bit more about how that works in the Lightning component later on. Back at the accounts tab, and I can see my list of person accounts here and some household accounts, and I'm going to go look at Rachel Adams. And the page that we're looking at is a pre-configured Lightning page that came with the FSC trial org. So it's got some tabs and components in there already. And I can see that goals tab there. But when I look at it, knowing what FSC looks like, I can tell that I'm looking at the managed package version of financial goals. This is not the new data model. And if I want to include the new data model in here, I just need to edit this page and go to goal. And the new Lightning component that is enabled for the new financial goals follows a pattern that FSC and a lot of industries products are doing now, where they're creating these components using flex cards and Omni scripts. And the advantage of that is that it creates a template that you can use out of the box, but then you could also clone that and make modifications. So if you don't like the way that the component works, you could actually start with that, but then make some changes to it. But the way that I install that on the page is I go down, and instead of looking at a financial goal component, I am just going to grab the flex card component, and I'm going to drag that into the goals tab right on top of the other component. I'm just going to leave them side by side. And then I go into the flex card name, and instead of the default that goes in there, if I type in goal, I can see the financial goals flex card. There's a couple of others. Those are actually child cards that are included in financial goals. So I'm going to pick that financial goals one, save it, and then go back to the page. So now when I'm looking at Rachel Adams and the goals section, I can see this one here with the new financial goals object and that flex card. And then the other one is still down there because I didn't delete it. Now, if I want to add a goal, It's actually going to start an Omni script for me. Again, something that you can modify, and I can pick a type, a retirement. I can give it a name. I can give it a priority of high and a status of in progress. I could give it a description. Hopefully started before today, but I'm going to put in today, and I'm going to say that my target is in 10 years on October 1st. And I could say that my current value is $450,000, but my target is I need $2 million to retire. And I hit next. And this next page is then going to start filling in that financial goal party object. And it's doing one by default because I launched this from a person account. It knows that I want Rachel Adams to be there. And I could include Scott as a member, Rachel's husband. And notice that I'm not linking the household here. I do not create a financial goal party linking it to the household. When I hit save, now I have that gold card there and I can add multiple and it shows up as multiple cards. And in fact, now if I navigate to some other records, such as Scott's record, and look at goals, same thing, there's that card. If I go and I look at their household, it's there too. Even though I didn't create a link directly to the household in the financial goal party, the Flex card is written such that it includes all of the party records and also will pull in any of their households. Now, again, that's written in Omni Studio with Flex cards and integration procedures. And if you want to change that behavior, you do have the capability to do so, but that's the default functionality. There's a good amount of documentation in the Financial Services Cloud Admin Guide to get financial goals up and running. And it has a good amount on the Omni Studio permissions and the object permissions and which Lightning components to pull in by designating the Flex card, just like I showed you. Now, if you already have the FSC managed package in the system and you're already using financial goals, there's a number of steps that you're going to need to do. One, deal with the object permissions from the managed package financial goal versus the permissions for the new standard financial goal to make sure that your users aren't seeing both of those objects in your system. And if you've already populated that managed package table, you're going to need to go through some sort of a data migration. And you have options on how you do that. You could use data loader, you could use data processing engine to pull records out of the managed package financial goal and push them into the financial goal and financial goal party standard objects. You could use an integration platform. There's a lot of different ways that you could do that. And that is it. Hopefully this video has been helpful to clear up some of the confusion between the managed package object and the new standard objects for financial goals. Make sure to post any questions or comments, and I appreciate watching and see you later.